Backup is en route.
Do a call back for 8662 Central.
Suspect is in custody.
Hey, it's Tyler Ryan, host of the Unfinished Files podcast. If you've been in Lexington County or pretty much South Carolina, maybe the Southeast for the last 20 years, possibly the last 10, you might be familiar with the name Brandon Vinson. Brandon, in 1995, was a 15-year-old bag boy. He worked at the Winn-Dixie in Red Bank, White Knoll, South Carolina. The Winn-Dixie's no longer there, but he was a bag boy saving money up for a pickup truck. On June 10th of 1995, Brandon goes to work as he works Saturdays. He starts doing his shift. At some point, he leaves the store. Really, nobody notices that he's not there until his dad comes to pick him up in the early evening and realizes we don't know where Brandon is. Brandon's whereabouts is not known for 3 days until June the 13th, when his body is found in a chicken coop about 15 miles away from the Winn-Dixie. Brandon had been stabbed 72 times. 72 times, this 15-year-old boy. Well, police very quickly develop a suspect. His name is Kalen Radwell. Kalen ultimately is arrested, is charged, and he ultimately makes a deal with prosecutors and does give or take about 20 years for the homicide. The issue and the reason we're talking about it today is we certainly believe that Kalen didn't act alone. There were other people who were involved in this homicide. There were other people. There had to have been. The facts and circumstances just don't seem to add up to anybody who looks at it. So the investigative team of the Unfinished Files, they're looking at it. This murder happened 24 years ago, and it may be time that you've got some information, maybe something you forgot, maybe it's been long enough. You've been holding on to something for 24 years, some information about what happened to this 15-year-old boy. I can promise you this, the investigative team is not going to stop, and they will absolutely have answers, and we certainly will have those answers for you as well. Today is a very bittersweet day for Brandon and his family. Today is the day, the 13th of September, the day that he would have been 40 years old today. Brandon would have been turning the big 4-0. This 15-year-old boy was cheated out of 24 years of his life. His family has lost 24 years. If there's any information you have about Brandon Vinson, what happened to him, how all this came to be, anything, of course, Crime Stoppers, 1-888-CRIME-SC, or drop us a line here at the Unfinished Files. I promise you, the investigative team here at the Unfinished Files is not stopping, and they are learning things every single day. Now would be the time. Let's get a little peace for Brandon. I know it's a closed case, but it's not finished.